Hello everyone, Terry here, and today I'm going to show you how to go ahead and replace the gear oil in your rear differential on the BMW Z3. For those of you who have been following my channel, you'll see that we just completed an oil change as well as replaced the fluid on my transmission. And in my transmission fluid video, I did mention that it's always good to do the rear diff at the same time. Now, I made these separate videos, so if you already know how to do one, you can just jump to the other video and save yourself some time. So with that being said, let's go over how to change the gear oil in your rear diff. You're going to want to go ahead and make sure your car is raised up. Mine's already on all 4 jack stands because I just did the transmission fluid change. So now your rear diff is going to be in the back by your rear axle there. Now on the Z3, unless you have an M model, you're going to have a spare tire right here. And this is going to get in your way quite a bit. There are ways to where we can do this without dropping this, but if you don't want to deal with the hassle with this in the way, then I do recommend you lower your spare tire. And I do have a video on how to do that if you've never lowered it before. All right, but so once you get underneath the car, this is the rear differential right here, and you're going to have your drain plug and your fill plug right here, and these are going to be 14 millimeter hex sockets that you're going to need to use for those. So, and as you can see, it's not going to be an issue with the drain with the tire here, but when it comes to the fill, you start to hit the tire itself. And just like I said on the transmission video, always get your fill plug off first. This way, if you run into any issues, you haven't already drained it and have no way to replug, to put the plug back in if something was to get stripped. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the fluid that I'm going to be putting in here today. I'm going to be using some Valvoline 75W140 synthetic gear oil, and this one's got the nice little bag, so I'll hopefully be able to do it with the bag without having to use a pump. This is what I need for the 2001 version of the Z3. If you have an older model, you're going to need a different grade of gear oil for your car, and just make sure you check to make sure it's compatible as well. A lot of BMW Z3 enthusiasts, they prefer sticking with what is it, Redline or whatever. For those of you who've been following me, you already know I prefer to stick with Valvoline, so there's nothing wrong with Valvoline. And I've already checked online to make sure that this would be fine to use on my BMW. And we're good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this bad boy in here today. So that's what I'm going to put in. I bought 2 of these bags. They're a quart a piece. I shouldn't need both of them. I'll need 1 full quart, and then I might need a little from the other. We'll just put it in until it starts to come out a little bit. And then, so let me go ahead and grab my drain pan so I can get that under the car and just have it handy. And yeah, we'll go ahead, remove the fill plug first, and then we'll do the drain plug. All right, now if you happen to have a good variety of tools, you can get away with leaving the spare tire in. I, however, do not have a large variety of tools. I have what I need, and that's about it. So I went ahead, there's my spare tire over there. So I just got the rack here now. I was able to take this whole tire out in less than 5 minutes. It don't take that long to drop it. So now that that's out of here, I have all this beautiful room here. Now I'll be able to just use my breaker bar and get this job done. Now compared to the transmission, the rear diff is torqued a lot higher. So it's going to be that much harder to get this loose. So just keep that in mind. Got spiders living under here. Now I have used penetrant on here. I sprayed some on a week before as well as the day before. So that's already been done. Let me change my angle, and then maybe I can get this out. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, success. Oh my gosh, that was definitely tight as hell. Let me tell you. Got a little washer there. Don't want to lose that. See, the stuff is dripping out. I'm going to just plug that in there for a little bit just to keep it from dripping. But at least it's easy enough for me to get out now by hand. All right, let me clean that up, and we'll try to get the actual drain plug out now so we can actually change this out. A little extra lubrication might actually do me some good. Try to get that off. And I got the pan underneath because I don't want to make a big mess. All right, time to pull with all my might. Oh yeah. I'm sure the fact that I sprayed it a week prior with WD-40 and then the day before definitely probably helped me out a lot, because I've seen other guys change this, and they had to use hammers and all kinds of things to loosen it. So I am definitely pleased that I'm not that bad off. I see there's a washer on here too. I don't want to lose it this time. This time I'm going to have the oil coming out. The drain plug, but there's a good chance it's going to fall in the pan, not the fish for it. Here we go. Nice. And the washer's still on there. Nice. Ugh, that doesn't look good. That's dirty. My transmission was cleaner than this. Oh, this stuff stinks. Ugh. Pew! And to help the flow, we'll take that fill one off as well. Yeah, this stuff don't smell good at all, so it's a good thing this is getting changed. And that's how that's done, folks. So then we're going to go ahead, let this drain out real good, then we'll put the drain plug back in, and then we'll go ahead and start filling it up. Alright, now that it's done draining, just go ahead and tighten the drain plug back in. Finger tight right now. Tighten it down. Just so it doesn't leak. And then we'll torque it once we're all done refilling. So it's tight enough right now that it won't leak. Alright, let's get the fresh gear oil put in there. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and test out these flex fill bags that Valvoline has. There's a couple other, I think there's another brand that makes like oil and other like car fluids. I think they also have like a bag feature. So let's see how well this works. And without the tire here, I'll be able to, easily pump this in there. This should work quite well. And it'll be nice not having to deal with a hand pump. So I already went ahead and I cut the top here so I can pour. I might want to cut more of that, to be honest, just to make this a little faster, but I wanted to make sure the whole tip would fit in there. Wider or not. This bag is awesome. I just did one big squeeze and I already got quite a lot in there. Let me go ahead and cut a little bit more off the spout here so I can speed up the process. Alright, I was able to make that a little larger. I love this. I can just push this all the way up against the diff and just keep pushing it in. This is great. Can't do that with those hard bottles. And then you got a lot of excess left in the bottles, and this is great. Alright, so I almost got it all in there for the first bag. I might have loosened the cap a little because it's starting to kind of leak, but that's on me. That's my fault. That's not anything against the design of this. That's just me loosening it by accident. Now, I'm not sure about less waste because I feel like I still have a decent amount still trapped inside this bag. Even though I'm able to squeeze it in significantly easier than with a bottle, I still think I have a significant amount of waste in here that I'm trying to figure out how I can get out. I'm gonna try to roll this bag up like toothpaste here. I'm still gonna have some waste in the bag, but hopefully I can get most of the product out. Alright. Alright, and that's one bag, and it's pretty flat. I think I got most of it out that I'm going to be able to get out. Let me go ahead and grab the second bag, and let's see how much of that I can fit in before it starts to drip. Let me get a little rag underneath here so once it makes that initial drip, I can catch it. And then just get my fill plug put back in place. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just swap the caps. This way, whatever remainder is in here that I don't need, I'll have a sealed cap to go back on, keep it fresh. So we'll just swap these caps. And you'll see the new stuff has got like this beautiful goldish amber color. It's really nice. My gear oil from the other one, have it all draining out into a container. The old gear oil is draining into this bottle here, and you can see it's quite black. It's very dark in color, and it smells really bad. So it's a good thing that I'm going ahead and changing the gear oil out because it definitely needed it. And overall, I do like these flexible bags that Valvoline did. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I'm just kind of, this is my first time using a bag like this, so I kind of wanted to do a review on it because this is like the new thing, and a lot of people still are probably still doing the traditional hard plastic bottle with a pump. So this is pretty cool. Time for bag number 2. And I shouldn't need very much. I'm going to try to pump this one slowly. Oh, it might, seems like it might want to take the whole, oh. Now, is it leaking out, or is that just me spilling? Nope, I think we're full. So, there's still some left in here. Good thing I had my drip there. Get that on there. We don't want to lose all that liquid gold. Yes. Alright. We'll clean up. Thankfully, I had my drip rag there. Whoop. Alright, we'll clean this mess, and then we'll get these torqued down once again. And I believe it was 52 pound-feet. Let me double check. I wrote it down. Always good to write your torque specs down. Go over here, and yes, 52 pound-feet. So, alright, we got it all filled up, and we got both plugs here tightened with just simple tightened. So let's go ahead now and torque them. 52 pound-feet. I'll do the drain first. Every time I pull, I slide with it because this is like super tight for me. There we go. And whoop, the other one. All right, that one was significantly easier. All right. And now we are done. So all you'd have to do is do some cleanup and put the car down. Oh, don't forget to put your spare tire back up. You cannot drive without it while you still have the rack. Now, if you decide you want to do a delete, you can do a delete, but you have to remove the rack and then plug these holes as well. And there are videos on YouTube on how to do that. That's something that I would consider doing myself, but I don't plan on keeping this car. This is just a project car that I want to work on, learn how to fix things, and then use this to get my dream car. So as a stepping stone to get to my next car. So go ahead and look up videos on how to do a delete for your spare tire. But remember, you cannot just leave the rack here like this. You have to have the tray and the stuff sitting in it. All right, and with that, we have successfully completed 3 different fluid changes across a video series that I created. So we did the engine oil, transmission fluid, and the gear oil in the rear diff. So job well done if you've ended up doing all 3 changes. Now all we got to do is just take the car off of the stands and take it for a nice test drive. See how it runs now. I'm hoping it'll shift a little smoother. And because I know, like, I always hear like the diff kind of clunk around a little bit when I first get going, especially when like reverse. So I'm hoping now that'll be smoother because that stuff was real bad. But job well done. I still got to get my spare tire put back in before I lower the car because it's a pain to put it in with the car not jacked up. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that, lift up the car higher so I can put the ramps underneath the wheels properly and remove the jack stands and all that good stuff. I'm gonna make a video on where all of your jack points are so you can lift your Z3 safely, because it's a little different from the E36. It's pretty similar to the E36. It's pretty similar. It's almost exact to the E36, except there are a little bit of differences between where they have like some support underneath in the center points. So I'll go over that in a separate video. But otherwise, job well done, everybody. All right, all I gotta do now is just finish my cleanup and take the car for a drive. Thank you guys so much for coming in and checking out my video. Really hope you found it helpful to you. And to all the women out there who are learning how to fix cars, do not get discouraged. You can do it too. And a lot of these things, I mean, it might seem daunting, but it's really not that bad. It's pretty simple stuff. This is just general maintenance stuff that isn't that complicated. You can do it. All right. And this video can help you. Have fun, learn new things, and enjoy your car. Save money not having to go to the dealership or to an actual mechanic, because my gosh, the rates that they charge right now, it's not worth it. Just learn how to do it yourself, okay? And have some fun. Get a project car like I got if you want to learn how to do things without having to worry about ruining your daily driver. And yeah, just torque stuff, man. Have fun. And I'll see you on the next video. And do not forget to hit that subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Word of mouth is powerful, so tell your friends about my videos. And I'll see you on the next one. And check out my Instagram at CoolCatTerry. Bye.